Lakad mo, Toton!
Normally.
Plan strat to deal with the Magnus, which is as I him and cover him until he can come online or jungle. And in this position,
This is the build to go for in this type of a game.
Oh, there's a nice little skewer there from Velior, but still, Bounty Runes going 2 for 1 so far. The deeper one for the Radiant still available, which it looks like either Pugna or them. Oh, hello. Might get Nefret as well. Jibbe does fall, but it is the 1 for 1 trade. Battle Hunger there from Misery, allowing him to chase down the Drow Ranger. Bring up this Kunkka, for example. Most certainly going to get his job done. As they start off top, Cask into the Maledict from Witch Doctor. A couple of batches from Ace. Should be able to secure this kill on the Pugna. They try and turn it back onto Pylai, but there's 3 heroes here for 5 men. He's been trying. Keeping that Enchantress at bay.
100
The
move
multi-shot. Yeah, he's very slow. And the damage coming out of this Drow and Enchantress substantial. As Jibbe now has to back up to his tier 1. Chase down the Drow Ranger now. The slow from the back, and Jibbe trapped in between a Wild Wing and a creep wave, but he just TP's back home as Misery is the one that's isolated now. The rotation from Kunkka catches him, and the poor position 4 acts 1, 4, and 1.
Fight with the team and most likely get Heaven's Halberd after. Let's see. There's the X mark.
Into the boat. Can Ace dodge this with a Time Walk? He tries, but doesn't quite get it off, and the Gust is there to silence him up. Well, Velior does actually throw the RP in for good measure, and with 2 cores up top, they bring that Void down, who, like you said...
Another tower deny by 5 men.
Oh, they do get the X mark, though. And Velior's arrival doesn't have RP for 20 seconds, but there's no real great escape plan here for Jibbe as he tries to hide in the trees. But yet again, EXTREMUM bring the numbers up top, and they're dodging any kind of ganks as 5 men move down to bottom, but they can't find the Drow. They'll only find the Enchantress. G in the river. Body blocked by Misery beautifully, and the Death Ward from the high ground. Ooh, Misery doesn't get the dunk, but Jesse secures the kill.
Both of the supports actually on their side. We're level
They're
5,
going on
12
bottom.
minutes in.
RP onto that Nature's Prophet. They do get the Maledict Death Ward onto Velior, and it looks like Kunkka doesn't actually want to commit for this while Malik dies elsewhere. Roshan dies so quickly all the cost.
He does. I don't think they're gonna contest. No Chronosphere. Instead, they're gonna take, or at least try to take a tier 1 tower on mid.
Zeus was here a second ago. I think they spotted Jesse.
Oh, blind
Torrent with the X mark. Very nice. Landing it straight onto Zeus, and look at how quickly he falls.
That was nicely done by Melojewel. Just a Torrent to give vision. X mark the spot, even though it's not needed. Misery getting closer to his Blink Dagger. Oof. He has talent chosen instead of putting an extra point in Berserker's Call. That's going to be a quick death on Misery on bottom. Nothing he can do about it. The problem with the 5 men's lineup is they have no counterplay. The once they make a move, there's the buyback.
Oh, the buyback? And Prophet TPing right onto the Drow Ranger. She does have Aegis and a Hurricane Pike. And look at the damage on the Pylai die. He Shadow Amulets and hides, waiting in the trees as the Chrono comes through. Landing onto Malik for the RP. Velior is there to save the day, and Pugna's still alive. Kunkka now arriving, and they've killed off Jibbe in the back. Ace has to retreat while Misery trying to sprint away, but his buyback, well, that's the end of that one, isn't it? Poor Axe dunked into the ground as Nefret's Aegis does get claimed. He's watching the cat ear Drow Ranger hit
he
some
just
ancient
moved.
camps. Oh, hello. Cask into TP, the Thunder God's Wrath and the Death Ward. Well played. Nefret tries to pike down, but that execution beautiful from 5 men. Can EXTREMUM get something on the way out? Oh, they do Torrent to stop the TP from Prophet. He's going to try and sprout himself, but the Shockwave back, and with that life drain there, they will be able to pick him off with Velior's hefty hits from that big old hammer.
That was such a sneaky play from Pylai Die. 5 men, BKB on Faithless Void and Nature's Prophet. I think you just wait those 2 items and then you take a fight.
Yeah,
I mean, if you can
so
get
much
a
against the
pick off.
Pugna. A pick off like this, straight onto Velior, and we see the strength of the Nimbus. Pylai Die even throwing the Death Ward in there. They weren't expecting 5 men to still have so many dead.
Well, they don't know it.
That's Aegis and Cheese for EXTREMUM. 5 men are still trying to get into this battle. The Thunder God's Wrath is there. Good scouting, a lot of damage. Velvior skewers out of the Nimbus. He's going to Shadow Amulet and heal back up. And where is the initiate? Oh, the Gust stops the blink call from Axe, and the boat lands on the Faceless Void. If they can bring him down, that is fight over for 5 men, but they turn and face. With the Chrono onto little old Pugna, Malik is blown up, completely destroyed, and a 2-for-1 is how 5 men start. Aegis still being held by the Drow. And her BKB's ready. Cheese on the Kunkka, readily available too. As G slows down the retreat of Jibe. But EXTREMUM don't have the follow-through. No blink RP, no slows from Pugna.
Chip, reducing the armor.
Plus Empower.
Plus a Solar Crest.
Or Pylai Die. Not expecting the Glimmer Cape from G. And now with no buyback. But again, EXTREMUM very disciplined. Will be returning to maintain their lanes. Make sure that 5 men don't have any free and open areas of the map to play into. G is incredibly tanky himself. He sure does. He's going to BKB, but the blink RP catches the Prophet, and in comes Melojul. Just right-click him down. Sprout there with an Orchid as well, but it is lights out for Nature's Prophet. Reading Aramaic.
There's the call.
There's the blink call, you're right, and Malik showing that maybe you were right. Having an Eon Disc there might just have saved him and allowed that extra bit of time for EXTREMUM to regroup around him. And it's so quick, the way that 5 men can strike like that.
That was a wake-up call. Someone needed to call and stop us from talking this bullshit. They're still chasing. Axe, trying to find a good angle.
Who can they find? G's on the front lines, the RP onto Void, and in comes the call. Misery's there with the boat on top. They won't be able to take anyone down as they do allow Nefrit to get a double kill. Now Jibe's in trouble. Can they kill him through the BKB TP? It's a triple! Drow Ranger slaughters 5 men as it looked like a pretty good initiation. With that Chrono, the double Nimbus. Always going to be a fear for EXTREMUM as Nefrit looking for Pylai Die. Kunkka not landing the Torrent there, and Chessie with Misery jumping straight onto Melojul. They maledict up the Kunkka. He can't get away from this, can he? No, he can't. Chrono onto 3. Ace has found them all, and that's it. G's gone. Belial's done for. What's the Nullifier and Void good for? Just decrep?
A Eon Disc. That's why he's getting it. And decrep, of course.
Yeah, you're right. I forgot about Eon Disc. That's a good shout. EXTREMUM really just clearing out wave after wave. Haven't been able to start things off on their own terms. The Manta dodge not paying off for Ace. It was the bait out by Velior. Aegis is gone. The BKB's not ready, and it looks like Ace is just going to fall. He gets the BKB and the Time Walk off now, and the Chrono. It lands onto 3. Trying to focus down Melojul. Switching to Nefrit now, but the Drow Ranger is able to BKB turn and fight, and Hurricane Pike down to the low ground. Focus down Ace, and the Void is gone. EXTREMUM double buyback, the Magnus and the Pugna, while an X-Mark Kunkka catches the Axe. The rest of the battle is Jibe falling. Velior's able to get the work done, but he can't keep on chasing as Zeus makes a hasty retreat northwards. He's gonna get sniped by Nefrit. Faceless Void with Misery's Axe coming in behind. Roshan down to half HP. Nature's Prophet TP straight onto the Kunkka, but in comes the Magnus, the RP no. The Chrono's there to stop them in their tracks. Focusing down onto Nefrit's Drow. Can she get Satanic and Hurricane Pike? She can BKB, but she can't stand up against the damage. And the RP on 3, it looked good, but they don't have the damage to finish off Ace. So they just turn and battle. Melojul's falling, the Death Ward is beautiful. Pylai dies being shredded by a Drow illusion, but the buybacks need to come through much faster from EXTREMUM.
Pugna, meanwhile, there's still Nimbus around the pit. There's still Sprout to scout out to land an RP. This is Cheese Refresher and Axe.
In comes Ace with Misery. Oh, they've got a catch. Melojul's tanky though. The boats will start coming on in, sailing onto the head of Axe, and the multi-shot finishes him off. Ace with that Faceless Void can't deal with G's Enchantress, so Roshan is dropping increasingly low. Enchantress and Drow back into the pit. There's the Void jumping in, trying to look for it, but there it is, taken up. Aegis Refresher picked up by Drow. The Cheese is still on the floor as Nature's Prophet is being hounded. EXTREMUM finds Jibe on the way out. No way of escaping. And 2 heroes without buyback for a solid minute and a half or 2 minutes. Arsenal available again. And where's the jump Waiting for Velior to make the jump, but it's Misery that goes in first. Takes down the Aegis of Nefrit. That's how quickly that 5 men can make it work. The RP's there, but Velior only takes down the Axe. Misery's caught by the RP. And Ace with a chrono, the boat landing in on top of him, stops him from doing the damage. Nefrit's too tanky now. You can't deal with the drow. She's going to turn and battle into you. Ace tries to mount the Titanic and heal back up. He's battling through, but he's up against so many. Finally, Nefrit falls, and Melojul with no cheese and no BKB himself. It's a great defense by 5 men. G stuck in the Sprout. Does have a TP, but with Chessie there blasting through the Enchantress, a great hold on that high ground.
Everything started with a great call.
They don't have the Refresher Orb for another 50 seconds on Zeus. Tier 3 being brought down, and they've got Crimson, yes, but with this Nature's Prophet having so much right-click damage, the Faceless Void, jumping on Enchantress, not the ideal target. She will just halberd and sproink away, but the tier 4s are falling quickly. And like you said, there's no buyback on Drow. Kunk is down for 50 seconds. The base is crumbling. It's falling apart here as EXTREMUM don't have any answers. There's not even an RP. Enchantress trying to deal with the Witch Doctor, but in comes Jibbe. He's BKB'd, he's salved up, and it'll whack away at the Magnus. Force him away as the final tier 4 falls. In comes Axe with a 2-man call. Beautiful jump from Axe. Finally, the Aeon Disc and the Yule's up. Pugner saves himself for a second or two, but the Death Ward pummels into him. The repair kit's there. Pugner buys back, but it looks like it might just be game over. EXTREMUM can't deal with this pressure, and 5 men have swung this game for the 4th time.
It's not gonna be enough. Everyone just right-click it. We're gonna end the game. GG is called by Melojul, man. What a game.
Around that 15-minute time, so that Prophet isn't able to get these pickoffs when he's looking to get the most use of that out of that Orchid.
Yeah, Nature's Prophet mid is a hero that's...
Tango remaining, no salves. Jibbe does get some more heal delivered, but it's a rough one as bottom lane. Pylite dies found by Malik. Ace is going for a courier snipe. Velior doesn't have any spell. Spear there. Jibbe trying to guard his bounty rune. Unfortunately, with a magic missile landing, there's no way he's going to be able to escape from that. Melojul makes short work of him. Creep score values, and he's actually out farming the Drow Ranger. Vengeful Spirit has moved away from top lane, so no longer defending that Drow, but instead trying to play aggressively onto Chessie. Taking that pick off in mid, he throws out the Nature's Wrath, but it's the power shot from Velior that secures it, while G trapped inside those Treants, and Misery's rotation does get a cross kill. He's just gonna return back up to that top spot as the magic missile lands in onto the back of Jibbe. Frost Arrow slowing him down tremendously. The damage is enough from G.
And Misery is like, if I let him die, I'm gonna get all this solo XP.
But in comes Chessie, no stuns to stop the TP, and it looks like Misery is going to get battled with G. Oh, the Treants block him, and the Fiery Spirits make sure that the right clicks aren't fast enough. Vengeful Spirit still making a pretty hasty retreat with the Windlace there. And Queen of Pain's arrival coming in, blinking back behind the Prophet. Yes, Chessie gets 1 kill. But does Melojul throw the Sonic Wave to secure this? He does indeed. Beautiful little move there. Melojul swiftly in from that mid lane, straight up to Pain to walk all the way back to Fountain as top lane. G being dived here. Jibbe and Misery straight on the Venge. Quick and easy pick-off, but that's kind of her job. Stand up at the front, be that vanguard, make sure that Drow Ranger is safely farming somewhere on the map. This is where 5 men start to show their tremendous force. Shoving out top, bring the Void there as well with Chrono ready. Queen of Pain's looking to answer this, and Mars might have gone a bridge too far. Deep in behind tier 1. Melojul with Nefrit, secure the kill as the Supernova comes. The Chrono is there, but Supernova's out of range. It looks like they'll be able to pick off Nefrit, no worries. Faceless Void whacking away with that big old mace. And now the Queen of Pain with the time dilation can't blink away for another couple of seconds, and Ace is actually going to get blown up by that power shot. Wind Ranger with tremendous amounts of damage. Level 3 power shot now going towards Chessie. Shackle in 4 seconds. They want this one so bad. Can they close the gap, though? With an Ether Remnant and an Astral Step, they'll surely be able to get on top of Chessie's head. And a dominating streak for the Queen of Pain, who we expected.
You know, any kind of ability that can, or item that can save yourself, great against time dilation, great against silence, Void.
They're going straight onto Ace. Gust level 1 with a magic missile is all it takes to burst through his HP, and they're bringing numbers down here for tier 1, along with a catapult wave.
That's space created. You can't type space without Ace.
Very true, Lacoste. A clever man as Misery dives away to try and escape himself, but the multi-shot from Drow, 11-4.
Queen of Pain is doing so much. She's involved in 8 out of 11 kills. Ars Arena.
They are going for Nefrit. TP attempt not successful. Chessie should be able to finish off Orchid now. Well, now. Finding bounty runes all over the place. But they've got double shovel, actually. Void Spirit and Vengeful Spirit, both having the shovels as they find Jibbe. He gets off a pretty good Arena of Blood, and in comes the Void with the Chrono, but only onto the Vengeful Spirit. He's also trapped that Phoenix inside. Misery getting focused. The Supernova does come. The right clicks from Extremum.
Oh,
The Ice Path,
Path.
it looked good, but it wasn't quite good enough. Queen of Pain will blink away. Malik now stuck and isolated. He's going to get shredded here by 5 men in a 2-for-2 exchange. But that's 5 men busting out pretty much every one of their ultimates and
A long time. Filet found by Jakiro. Extra gold on him.
Also, bottom lane, Melojul is toying with Jibbe and Chessie, baiting out the Arena of Blood, forcing Chessie to TP down south, and in comes the multi-shot Drow Ranger with the Void Spirit. Jibbe is done for. He tries to bulwark his way through it all, but can they chase Chessie's profit? It looks like they can. Stop his TP, get into the Sprout, scout him out. Anything? Nope, not quite. Gust and Aether Remnant just coming a little bit too late, while top lane G and Velior trying to battle into Misery and Pylai Die, getting the reactions from Nefrit to come up towards top lane, and Misery destroyed by that focus fire, the Javelin blink, and a swap back into the Ice Path and through in the end. Void and Prophet have them ready, holding their high ground. The triangle is defended, but Pylai Die shackled to the tree. And the little Jakiro is found. Yules up onto the Mars as Void Spirit makes his jump forward. The Queen of Pain's there, blasting through the HP. The Chrono whiffs! Ace misses absolutely everybody. He BKBs up. He turns the battle with the Silence of the Orchid with a swap back. Ace has been saved by G. I'm not sure what's happening anymore. The cost is all going to pot. The Chakra Shot, though, that's great. On to Misery and Pylai Die. Velio is focusing the 2 to the left. Void is being battled with the Queen of Pain as Melojul does get that grab. But this is all over the place. Both teams are scrambling to fight in multiple places around this Radiant Triangle. And yes, Misery will get Aether Remnant and Silence as the Drow Ranger gets her mega kill, and godlike there for Melojul's Queen of Pain as they go in deeper for more. Chessie finally trades back 1, but it's all over. A 5-man wipe as EXTREMUM over.
Misery needs to land a great Meteor Hammer if they want to win this fight.
Oh, the Mars ulti's pretty damn good, and in comes the Void with his BKB, jumping onto Nefrit. The Drow is annihilated. EXTREMUM lose their main DPS as the Queen of Pain still goes on to Pylai Die, but Melojul's dropped low and her BKB is expiring. Beyond godlike Queen of Pain, yes, but 5 men in the more dominant position now around Roshan.
Shackle will connect. There's a tree. Where's the follow-up?
Non-existent. Jibbe's just baiting them around. Roshan goes to 5 men.
Gonna be tier 2 trade. Oh, 5 men, they're setting things up on the bottom.
Double damage.
They've smoked themselves as well. Ace is ready with that Chrono. Smoke breaks, good observer ward from G, but the jump
Where's
is
the
still
swap?
there. Beautifully placed, the swap comes, but it's onto the... what? G just gets his carry straight out of danger. Ace kind of wandered around there a little bit, wondering, do I go chasing or do I just kill the Venge?
He tried to chase, but there you still have Aegis for next 2.5 minutes. Queen of Pain mid
lane.
setting things up.
Straight onto Jibbe. Treants are here, but I don't know if they'll be able to bodyguard him. Cleared up pretty quickly by the Drow and the Wind Ranger as Queen of Pain makes her aggressive move very far forward. Shadow Strike there, level 20 talent, giving that AoE as they do catch Velior under the tower. Ace trying to whack into the Wind Ranger, and that Shackle Shot not latching means that Chessie can come in now and battle Melojul. No Chrono means it's a difficult fight for Ace to take, and he's silenced up and the Aegis is lost. But that's fine for him. He's just buying time for the rest of his team to arrive and keep this going. Extend the fight as long as you can.
CeeM
Good
found the
swap
Drow
from G.
Ranger.
Can they catch her? Oh, they can with the Arena of Blood. You're right. Jibbe straight onto Nefrit. Oh, that TP's never going to work for you, is it?
This is such a valuable buyback from Zibe. He buys back instantly TPs and finds a Drow Ranger. There are 2 wards. 1 ward actually expired. Misery is going to go down.
Yeah, it's the Queen of Pain continuing that beyond godlike streak. Ace, Chrono in 50 seconds. So no real way to catch the Queen of Pain right now and dissimulate away from that Void Spirit. Gets him enough distance here to bail away from the Radiant team. The bash, though,
First hit
immediate
back,
from
of
Ace.
course.
First hit straight on top of him. And there's no escape for 5 seconds. Astral Step is still on cooldown. Malik giving across a killing spree to Chessie. Chessie going very deep into this dire triangle. Scouts out G, and it is a simple pick-off on the Venge. Nefrit wants to stick around, and the Chrono's there. Onto the BKB Drow, they try and Yules up the Void, but the Sonic Wave pushing Chessie back. Still a good kill for Ace, though, as he's silenced up by that Resonant Pulse, and Metal Jewel's dropping low. The swap and the defensive maneuver from the G, buyback Venge, but it's still Chessie dominating this fight, and they've bashed up, silenced the Void Spirit, he's gone! Void against Void, and Ace is the one that comes out on top.
Yeah, that's a much better team fight to execute. Pilot Die is gonna position himself.
Perfect smoke pop, tanks the gank. Still trying to jump in though as the shackle shot into Ace's Void. He's been disabled up, but he time walks and he's kept himself alive. Inside this Mars arena, there's a beyond goal like Queen of Pain still ripping through the ranks of 5 men. But the Supernova and the extended duration is just there. Landing the stun onto Velior as Malik tries to escape, but G's down. They've lost 3 in a row. Extremum bleeding out now, and Velior's being hounded by Misery. Can they get the Wind Ranger?
You're like Faceless Void to try to bring him down. You know there's gonna be a successful egg coming out from Phoenix, and he's level 19 with the Lotus Orb.
And they've got the Prophet as that additional core hero, dealing right-click damage as they bring down the melee Rax.
Ace.
Or Ace, the shackle shot, make sure they secure the kill. The Rax has fallen, but Jive likely going to give his life here as well, as Chessie fighting up against Velior, swapped back into the dire base, and they find the Mars. While G, yes, he's being right-clicked down and probably does die. Chessie is the bigger kill, and a nice little ticket to success there for Extremum.
Well, that should definitely not happen. I mean, Ace use Time Walk.
You know, an 8k lead, go from one team to the other, then back down again. Roshan secured by Extremum, so we've got Aegis Drow, Cheese, Queen of Pain. Top tier 1.
Now he's gonna show on the top lane. Where could they possibly be? You know, it's also a very confusing ability. G.
Oh, it's G. He walks straight through the Arena of Blood, and Wind Ranger is dealt with by Jibe, but in comes the Ice Path and the Chrono there, and Ace focusing down, but the swap back, saving the Drow Ranger and the Hurricane Pike to the low ground, make sure they get away. They do take down the Queen of Pain, though. Beautiful execution from 5 men, focusing on the key targets, and now Chessie arrives. The Prophet's here, and he doesn't want to play. He wants to slaughter his enemies, as Velior, without BKB, no blink, Wind runs back, but they've left the Drow Ranger all on her lonesome. There's a Sprout there to stop her escape.
Faceless
Malik
Void dropping.
will be able
Whoa,
to get
he dead.
Misery's Phoenix, but without Lotus Orb, Malik's actually able to get out of the grasp of 5 men. Drow Ranger bought time by the Void Spirit, and Pilot Die having to retreat from the Wind Ranger. Chessie's now out and is in the middle of nowhere, but Void Spirit is overextended. The shackle shot's good, but Malik self-yules, what, Astral Step maybe, but the Ice Path holds him in place, and Nefrit, Drow Ranger, Hurricane Pike out of the Sprout. Velior gets back to the high ground as well, as both teams spilling a lot of blood in this bottom lane. They're slowly moving forward, they're holding
Chessie.
back with the Drow.
Already on the
Sure.
bottom lane. Just
Look at him
split
go.
pushing.
So this is Extremum now needing to make a choice. They have to try and kill off Roshan, but Jibe's in. Great arena, spears up the Queen of Pain, the Chrono from Ace, catching the Drow Ranger. Where's the swap? G comes in from the left-hand side and saves the Drow. Nefrit's out of there for now. And the Supernova's good. It forces Extremum to bail away. The fight is spread, split right and left. It looks like the Wind Ranger's gonna be the one they focus, but the Ice Path misses. 5 men still giving chase to her as Vengeful Spirit finds Chessie. He BKBs, Satanic popped. He's got so much right-click damage. They need the E-Blade from the Drow Ranger to save herself, but G is done. In the pit, he will fall, and the Supernova not able to get finished off by the Queen of Pain. So Roshan belongs to 5 men, but they want more collateral damage, and the Drow Ranger will be that.
Even with, once again, Vengeful Spirit swapping out the Drow Ranger from the Chronosphere, right now 5 men are just way too strong. There's no counter to the Phoenix Egg, who has a Refresher Orb on top of that. Like, Misery shows into a fight like, what up, guys?
I feel like this net worth graph looks the same as game 1. It's up and down, the backstab. Chessie just TPs straight into the dire base. Lotus Orb there, and now the focus fire. Chessie doesn't have BKB. He's got
There's
Satanic to turn, and the Chrono's beautiful from Ace. Oh, Drow Ranger there for 2 minutes, and GG's called. It's over. A 2-0 victory for 5 men in the same manner. Both games come back after swing, after throw, after turnaround, and they finally take Extremum down.